Crossfire Radio, fantastic people, enduring hungers, seasoned administrators, and excellent production. Crossfire Radio, not just a station, but a movement.
Good day and welcome to the News Review, where we review the major news of the week on your favorite radio station, Crossfire Radio. My name is Chima Obinka. The major headlines: Potter's House Christian Mission commissions Crossfire Radio. Oyo State spends 2.7 billion naira on the fight against coronavirus. Oyo State shifts school resumption dates. PDP governorship aspirant in Edo State steps down for Governor Obaseki. And on the foreign scene, World Bank approves $750 million energy loan to Nigeria. Ghana president apologizes for Nigerian embassy demolition. Details coming up shortly. Potter's House Christian Mission, Bedford in Alata Village, on Sunday commissioned her online radio station, Crossfire Radio. The chairman of the radio station, who is also the general coordinator of Potter's House Christian Mission, Pastor Shegun Ario, said he was glad to see the vision of about 25 years coming to reality.
About 25 years ago, thereabout, myself, Brother Sholanke, who is the chairman of the radio committee, and Muiwa Oladipo, we used to meet every Tuesday to pray for revival. We'll gather every Tuesday, 9 o'clock in the morning, and we'll pray for 3 hours. And I remember during that time, I was sharing from the book of Jonah, and I told them that the Lord impressed upon my heart that what I see in the book of Jonah is going to break forth. That Jonah preached a message in a corner, somebody trapped it, gave it to the king, and the king broadcast it. And the whole nation of Nineveh heard about it. And I said, I'll be waiting for that time when the Lord will provide such means by which the messages we're preaching will be taken and be spread all over the world. And we prayed, I don't know for how many months, we pushed that at the place of prayer. Of course, at a point, we stopped meeting. And that was a long time ago. But God didn't forget. God didn't forget that particular prayer. God didn't forget the vision in our hearts.
According to him, the burden to birth the radio station came again in 2018, but it appeared God was not ready to allow it to be until 2020.
Now, I remember again that about 2.5 years ago, this burden came fresh into my heart. And then I called Stephen, I called Yinka, I said, can we do something? I am thinking we can have a setting that looks like radio setting, television setting. What can we do? And then we started talking. And then we said, all right, let's start organizing something that will look like we are doing interview about home, about this, about that. And then we tried to do some recording. I remember Joseph Oladejo was also involved in it. We did 1 or 2. We opened one for couples. We opened one for youth. We tried a little bit. We tried to push it. But sometimes you start feeling as though the child is coming. And you get to the hospital and say, it's still far, go back home. It's in your year time. We thought there was a contraction. And we wanted to push to bring forth the baby, but the baby was still very far.
Also, Pastor Deji Solanke, the radio committee chairman, appreciated the general coordinator and his wife, Pastor Mrs. Bose Ariyo, for conceiving the vision of the radio station. He went further to say that the online radio would provide the missing link and go a long way in solving challenges as we have in homes and the society at large. He said the programs expected to feature on the online radio station are well spread to capture religion, current affairs, education, the home, and even musical programs.
This is the official opening of the Crossfire Radio. And what we are doing today will also be to test run the radio service. The radio service is a vision of the Potter's House Christian Mission. It is an online radio that is based in Ibadan, the southwest of Nigeria. On behalf of the other members of the committee, Niyi Faldo, Paul Pius, and Stephen Adiagbu, I appreciate the chairman of the Crossfire Radio, Pastor Shegun Ariyo, and his amiable wife, Pastor Mrs. Bosede Ariyo. We appreciate them for giving us the opportunity to supervise the birth of this vision. It's a radio station providing the link, but we are seeing it more than a radio station. Apart from that, we believe it is a movement that God will use to address a lot of issues, personal issues, marital issues, and issues even that as we have them in the society across the world, not only in Nigeria.
In attendance were Pastor Yinka Jaji and his wife, Mrs. Bolanle Jaji, Pastor Kole Olaleye, Pastor Bode Afolabi, the members of the radio committee, and Potter's House Christian Mission media team. The Oyo State government said it had spent the sum of 2,779 million naira on the efforts to contain the spread of coronavirus in the state. The state's COVID-19 task force, which gave the account through the Commissioner for Finance, Mr. Akinola Ojo, said that the amount was spent on setting up treatment and isolation centers, procurement of palliatives and seedlings for a section of the residents and farmers, as well as on procurement of ambulances and the security of the state's borders, among others. Akinola said the state considered it imperative to inform the public on the expenses on the pandemic in line with the principle of transparency and accountability, which he said Governor Makinde is known for. According to him, the breakdown of the expenses includes 370 million naira for the setting up of the Infectious Disease Center Olodo Ibadan, 453 million naira on security of the state borders, 118 million naira to provide support for the University College Hospital, UCH Ibadan, for partnering on testing, among others. The University College Hospital has denied receiving any money from the Oyo State government in its fight against COVID-19 in the state. The public relations officer of the hospital, Toye Akinrinlola, made this known in a press statement on Wednesday. Newsmen reported that Oyo State government had claimed that over 2.7 billion naira had been spent on the fight against COVID-19 in the state. While giving the breakdown, the Commissioner for Finance, Mr. Akinola Ojo, said a total of 118 million naira was given to the hospital as support to the University College Hospital Ibadan for COVID-19 tests. But the hospital said it only got donations from the Nigeria Center for Disease Control, some corporate bodies, well-meaning Nigerians, alumni associations, staffs, and students. The public relations officer went on to say that there was a misunderstanding in the difference between the College of Medicine of the University of Ibadan and the University College Hospital Ibadan. He went on to say it therefore behoves the management of UCH to put the record straight. Oyo State government has modified the resumption of schools earlier slated for June 29th. According to the new arrangement, only teachers are to resume on June 29, while terminal students will resume on July 6. The government had earlier directed all terminal classes, including Primary 6, Junior Secondary School 3, and Senior Secondary School 3, to resume on June 29th, ahead of preparations for their various exams. A top government source hinted that the changes in plan became imperative in view of the latest experts' reports, which indicated the non-readiness of schools in terms of meeting the various government protocols. A statement issued by Governor Seyi Makinde's Chief Press Secretary, Mr. Taiwo Adisa, confirmed that the Commissioner for Education, Mr. Olasukomi Olaleye, and experts from the Emergency Operations Center had been going round the schools to determine compliance with the COVID-19 prevention protocols put in place for the schools. Kenneth Imaswagmo, a governorship aspirant on the platform of the People's Democratic Party, has stepped down for Governor Godwin Obaseki. Imaswagmo stepped down from participating in the primaries a few hours before the election. He had earlier said he would not step down for Obaseki because the party had concluded ward and local government congress before Obaseki came. Two aspirants, Omorige Ogbeide Ihame and Gideon Ikehin, had earlier stepped down for Governor Obaseki. Obaseki had defected to the PDP from the All Progressive Congress after his disqualification by the party over his academic credentials. And on the foreign scene, the World Bank has ratified a $750 million energy loan to Nigeria. We are still on to news review on Crossfire Radio. I'll be back shortly.
You can place order on any of the books written by Segun Ariyo. Instruments of Revival, Seasoned, Broken, and Binded. The Making of a Disciple, Volume 1 and Volume 2. Advancing God's Kingdom through professional platforms. Raising Pure Children in an Impure World. Single Without Sage, which is also in audio CD. To place your order, please call 0803-438-3636. God bless you.
Welcome back to News Review on Crossfire Radio. Now to the foreign scene. The World Bank has ratified a $750 million energy loan to Nigeria. The World Bank Country Director for Nigeria, Shuban Kadhari, told reporters on Wednesday. He said the $750 million loan given to Nigeria aims to solve the electricity problem in the country and revive the economy, especially the private sector. He said the move aims to lift 100 million Nigerians out of poverty with investments in the energy sector as well as in the production and service sectors. He went further to say that the cost of power shortage in Nigeria is estimated at around $28 billion. According to the Nigerian Clean Technology Hub, approximately 93 million people in the country with a population of 200 million face power shortages. The Ghanaian president has apologized to Nigeria over the demolition of its embassy building in Accra. According to the presidency, in a statement on Tuesday, President Nana Akufo-Addo of Ghana spoke with President Muhammadu Buhari, expressing his sincere apology for the demolition of a building on the premises of Nigerian High Commission in Accra, Ghana. Akufo-Addo has also ordered investigation into the incident, adding that some suspects had been arrested and would be charged. Armed men reportedly entered the Nigerian High Commission compound in Accra on Friday to supervise bulldozers to demolish a building under construction. Nigeria's Foreign Affairs Minister Geoffrey Onyema on Monday summoned Ghana's top envoy Eva Deno in Abuja to demand an explanation of the incident. The recap of the major headlines once again. Potter's House Christian Mission commissions Crossfire Radio. Oyo State spends 2.7 billion naira on fight against coronavirus. Oyo State shifts school resumption dates. PDP governorship aspirant in Edo State steps down for Governor Opaseki. And on the foreign scene, World Bank approves $750 million energy loan to Nigeria. Ghana president apologizes for Nigerian embassy demolition. That has been the news review. You can follow us on our various social media platforms. Like our Facebook page at Crossfire Radio 3 and on Twitter at Crossfire Radio 3, Instagram at Radio 3 Crossfire. Join me same time next week for another segment of News Review. My name is Chima Obinka. Keep staying safe. Thank you for listening.
Crossfire Radio, fantastic people, endearing hangers, seasoned administrators, and excellent production. Crossfire Radio, not just a station, but a movement.